as a state officer, you did get the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. with us, with Illinois Corn. You referenced that. What did you learn there, and what was exciting about that opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's always intimidating to walk into a legislator's office. It is the first time, it is the second time, the third time on my corn trip, or really, I did do a third time on a corn trip, but my second time on the corn trip with state office, it started to become less intimidating.
Hi, welcome to Illinois Corn TV. My name is Lindsay Croke, and I'm the Director of Communications and Marketing here at Illinois Corn. Today, I talked with Thaddeus Bergschneider. Thaddeus is a national FFA officer candidate, and he's looking forward to representing Illinois with the national FFA. Thaddeus and Illinois Corn got to work together considerably last year, and he's going to talk with us about how us working together has encouraged the development of usable skills in our youth to represent Illinois agriculture. Let's get into the interview. Thad, welcome to Illinois Corn TV.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, let's jump right in. Talk to me about your candidacy for National FFA Officer. That is really exciting. What's that involve? And talk to me about that process.
First off, it's just crazy, right? I feel like I'm still the freshman kid walking into my FFA classroom and wait, what events do I want to go to? What do I want to be involved in? And all of a sudden we're talking about national office, being one of the 6 national officers for now over 1 million members. That's mind-blowing. It's crazy that I have this opportunity in front of me. And with that prep, I just want to try to give that opportunity the best shot I can. So coming up with stories that I can use in my interviews, practicing for those interviews, really digging deep, journaling about why I want this, why I want to do it, why I want to represent agriculture, practicing with practices at SIU is one I'm going to be going to, and then another in Oklahoma at Oklahoma State. So doing a couple formal practices just to get it ready. And then just as a person, preparing myself to take this on, and whether you get it or whether you don't, just using the opportunity the best way I can.
What does that role entail? Should you be elected to be a national officer, what kind of work will you be doing, and how will you be representing Illinois?
Yes, so it really comprises of a lot of travel, which you can expect, right? You're a national officer. But taking the concept of state office, which I did last year, to national office, it's travel on a national scale, going to state conventions all around the nation, going on industry visits all around the nation, trying to support those people. And even though there are regions that you can be elected to, you really aren't limited to those regions for your travel. And so you're representing agriculture nationally. You're at all these national FFA events, state officer summit, conferences, and you're being involved, and you're trying to be the best representation of our organization.
Now it's time for Just the Facts, brought to you by PCM. PCM's expansion in Illinois in 2021 allowed for a more comprehensive data set representing each major soil type and productivity level. Farmers can now access best financial practices for highly productive soils in the annual Prairie Farmer publication, or for low productive soils on PCM's website. Enroll in PCM for free to receive an individualized annual report and compare your data to your neighbors.
What do you think are the most important parts of Illinois that you would bring to that office? What do we have here that you're going to be really focused on representing?
Illinois is the heart of the Corn Belt. And I know some people from Iowa will scream at me for saying that, but I believe we are. And I believe that we are the basis, we are the start of corn and grain farming, and really of exporting our grain all around the world. I mean, we more than any other state send our grain down the Mississippi and get it out to other countries across the globe. And so I feel like coming from Illinois and being a person who interacts with Illinois corn and goes on Illinois corn trips, I feel like I have that knowledge, and I have the knowledge from coming from a row crop farm. So I feel like I'm really prepared to bring that strong row crop industry knowledge from Illinois that I believe is really important and is a big part of agriculture and will continue to be a big part of agriculture in the future.
I love that answer. I'm excited to think about you representing Illinois and the corn farmers here at a national level. So that's exciting. Talk to me about your role as a past Illinois State FFA president. When did you serve, and what do you think happened in that role that's really prepared you for a national office?
Yep, I was elected in June, and I'm going to have to get my years straight here, of June of 2023, and then I retired at our convention June of this year. So a year of service, taking off a year from school, almost like a year-long internship, and then going around to over 100 chapters to deliver workshops, delivering speeches for the Illinois School Board Conference, House Bill 3814 that gave excused absences for FFA members going to show and going to FFA events, being at Ground Zero, all of our conferences that we had, and preparing for state convention was really the biggest thing that we did. So really traveling the state, representing Illinois agriculture, working with Illinois Corn, all things I did in the state office for a year.
And as a state officer, you did get the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. with us, with Illinois Corn. You referenced that. What did you learn there, and what was exciting about that opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's always intimidating to walk into a legislator's office. It is the first time. It is the second time. The third time on my corn trip, or really, I did do a third time on a corn trip, but my second time on the corn trip with state office, it started to become less intimidating. And that was really important for me because I went from like shaking and my lip quivering a little bit and just trying to like get in a word here and there to being able to be comfortable and actually talk to them about, this is why I'm here. This is why this is important to me, relating on an emotional level. That level of comfort allowed me to, I think, advocate a lot better. And that's what I got out of my trip during the state officer year.
And in that vein, I'm ready to pivot to our Not to Be Corny section. Here's my question for you. How does the Illinois FFA cultivate leaders?
How does Illinois FFA cultivate leaders? I think it really starts in those 4 years of high school, just building. You know, you go to your initial conference, you go to Ground Zero, and then you go to FFA camp. And then you go to that CDE you've always thought of trying. And then you try out public speaking. Those things start to build. And as you just continue to do those projects and continue to add on event, and you meet people, and then you see them again at state convention, those things all build to create a community and an FFA family that goes far past the chapter level. So that's how we cultivate leaders. We see those experiences add on throughout the years of high school.
Thad, what an excellent, eloquent answer. I had a much cornier answer, which was the Illinois FFA cultivates future leaders by taking them into the field so they can grow.
Sorry.
It's called Not to Be Corny for a reason.
Yeah, so is that the end of this interview? Is that a note? Are we really ending on that?
Yeah, that is the end of the interview, Thad. I am so excited that you are here joining me today. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much, Lindsay.
This has been another episode of Illinois Corn TV. Stay tuned for more content every week, and be sure to subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you next week.